Hello and welcome to the Micklin Law Group's latest how-to video series. As you may know, I do a daily tip on my YouTube page giving very short, concise advice on a limited topic. I also like to do a monthly webinar in which I go into great detail with one specific topic, and this how-to series is something I do that kind of blends in between the two, so you get a little bit more advice than the daily tip, but not nearly as long as our 40-50 minute webinars. So today's how-to video is how to conduct examinations in trial. And by examinations, I just mean questions. What are the different types of questions? So essentially, there are two types of examinations in a trial. The first is a direct examination, and the second is cross-examination. They generally will go in that order. So each witness will first have a direct examination, then the other party gets to cross-examine that same witness. If there's a need, the original party can go one more time with a second direct examination, or what would be called redirect. And then sometimes there's a second cross-examination. So it doesn't always go that long, but generally there's going to be at least one direct and one cross, and sometimes a second version. The direct examination is the person's sort of opportunity to tell their story. It's either going to be conducted by the person, him or herself, if there's no attorney, or it's going to be conducted by that person's attorney. The direct examination is going to be all open-ended questions. So it's basically who, what, why, when, and how. And it's very important that you stay limited to this, because you cannot ask any other type of question that may lead or suggest an answer in a direct examination. Now, like I said, it is your chance to tell your story. I generally advise people to try to avoid rambling. You don't want to go too far off a topic. As a guide, I suggest you keep your answers to 5 words or less. And I tell my clients it's not a rigid rule. I don't want people up there understand actually counting how many words they're saying. But just as a guide, if you go past 5 or 10 words, you probably are rambling. This is also important. If you have an attorney who's questioning you, it's the attorney's job to direct you. That's why it's called direct examination. So it's his or her job to pull the answers out of you. So you don't need to be concerned with giving all the answers and just spewing everything out, because you really want to keep it as concise as you possibly can. Now, the second is cross-examination, and this would be the other party or the other party's attorney. These questions are going to be all yes or no questions. They're not going to be open-ended, so your answers are supposed to be limited to just yes or no. This is very challenging for most people. I tell everybody, don't get into your head. Don't worry about what you think. Saying yes or no may suggest. Don't worry what it sounds like to the judge. You can do no harm by answering the question yes or no. You can only do harm by adding something more, like a yes but, because it's what's following is going to really be the problematic testimony. As I said in the beginning, there's usually a second redirect, meaning if you have a chance or your attorney will have a chance to clean up whatever you may have suggested that didn't sound good on cross-examination in the redirect. So don't try to prove your points during cross-examination. As challenging as it is, and I've been telling people this for 20 years, and most don't listen because once you get up there it's very challenging, but limit it to yes or no. Now, this is a very simple dialogue about questions and answers in trial. There's also a lot of rules of evidence that I can't go into in this kind of limited forum. There is a lot of information on my website at micklinlawgroup.com. That's MICKLIN, lawgroup.com, all one word. You can get more information on this how-to video as well as the other tips I post. You can always call us at 973-562-0100 if you'd like to schedule a consultation. And if you'd like to get these constant updates, you can subscribe to my YouTube page, which is Brad Micklin, or text the letters MLG to 72,000 on your cell phone, and you'll get free updates also. Thank you.